Yeah.
For that really very kind introduction. It's really a great pleasure to be back here with you again, albeit, I believe, for the last time. But as Karine said, I'm going to spend the next just couple of minutes talking to you about the importance of getting an updated booster vaccine as we enter into the holiday season and the colder weeks and months of the late fall and early winter. So let's just talk very briefly about what we know about the vaccines, because we want to make our decisions really based on facts, evidence, and data. Are the vaccines safe? That keeps coming up. The answer is now overwhelmingly it should be off the table. There have been 13 billion doses of a COVID-19 vaccine that have been distributed worldwide, hundreds of millions in the United States, and there's robust safety monitoring systems that are in place, and clearly an extensive body of information clearly indicates that they're safe. Next, are they effective? And I believe you are all aware of this. If you look at the striking data, overwhelmingly show the effectiveness of vaccines, particularly in preventing severe illness and deaths. And recent data that has come out indicate that if in fact you are vaccinated and boosted compared to an unvaccinated person, there's a 14 times lower risk of dying in the most recent BA.4/5 era compared to unvaccinated, and at least a 3 times lower risk of testing positive compared to the unvaccinated individuals. But then there's some issues that we have to deal with that are sometimes confusing to the American public. If that's such great data, why do you tell us that we should be, for our own safety and that of our families and the community, get a booster shot? There are 2 issues that in some respects are unprecedented when it comes to infectious diseases. And that is, as good as the vaccine is, and as good as post-infection protection is, the immunity and protection wanes over time. Let me put it into some perspective for you. If you get vaccinated with measles or infected with measles, the duration of protection is measured at a minimum in decades and likely for a lifetime. That just happens to, unfortunately, not be the case when you're dealing with coronavirus and particularly SARS-CoV-2. So you need to update the protection that we know is good protection. Next, we have the complicating issue that we can't do anything.
We are working hard to reach even more Americans, especially older, more vulnerable Americans. So as I said, today we're launching a 6-week sprint to help Americans get their updated shot by the end of the year. As part of this effort, with our limited resources that we have, we are making a series of announcements and a series of efforts to expand community-based COVID-19 vaccine efforts. So let me lay out some of them. We're announcing $350 million in funding to help community health centers meet people where they are, with facts, with vaccines, through proven methods like partnerships with faith-based groups and mobile vaccine clinics. We're announcing an additional $125 million to help local aging and disability networks to get older and more vulnerable and disabled Americans vaccinated. This will include efforts at senior centers across our great country. The Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, is going to be issuing guidance today, reminding nursing homes that they are required to educate their residents on the benefits of COVID-19 vaccines, and they are required to offer vaccines to residents. And nursing homes that don't do shots going in. There are a couple of things that, we are obviously now entering a higher risk part of the year. Why? Because each of the last 2 years, we've seen a substantial increase in cases as we got into December and January. So this is a really important moment to announce this effort. We think that if people do this now and do this over the next couple of weeks, it's going to protect them over the holidays. So we think this is exactly the right time to make this. And the administration is obviously deeply committed to making sure we're doing everything we can to protect the American people.
For Dr. Fauci, I have 2 questions if I can. Hospitalizations for the flu at this point in the season are the highest in over a decade. Why is the flu so bad this year, and how much protection is the flu vaccine providing for those who have gotten it?
Yeah, well, let me answer the second question first, is that the vaccine is well matched to the circulating strain. So that, again, is another really good reason to tell people. say what to expect, but you should really take some comfort in knowing that we'd have within our wherewithal to prevent and treat illness and ameliorate suffering, is that I remember back in my days in medical school and when I was an intern and a resident, when a patient came in, whether or not the patient didn't like you, was angry with you, whether it was a rich person or a poor person, you treated everybody the same because you cared about them and you wanted everyone to walk out healthy. So when I see people in this country, because of the divisiveness in our country, of not getting vaccinated for reasons that have nothing to do with public health, but have to do because of divisiveness and ideological differences, as a physician, it pains me because I don't want to see anybody get infected. I don't want to see anybody hospitalized, and I don't want to see anybody die from COVID. Whether you're a far-right Republican or a far-left Democrat, it doesn't make any difference to me. I look upon it the same way as I did in the emergency room in the middle of New York City when I was taking care of everybody that was coming in off the street. So that's the thing that troubles me most about this.
Dr. Fauci, only 13% of...
Hold on one second.
We have a process here. I'm not calling out on people who yell. And you're being disrespectful to your colleagues, and you're being disrespectful to our guests. I will not call on you if you yell, and also you're taking time off the clock because Dr. Fauci has to leave in a couple of minutes. I'm done. I'm not getting into a back and forth with you. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Dr. Fauci,
But she's
only
asking a
30...
great question.
You're not being me. Go ahead,
No,
Jeremy.
she's asking a valid question. No, you ask your question, you should allow her to answer the
Go ahead,
question.
Jeremy.
She's
Jeremy,
asking a valid
it's Jeremy.
question, Dr. Fauci,
It's
on the origin of COVID-19.
It is not your turn.
No,
It is not your turn.
You can't on the same people. That's the thing. You can't read a press briefing. You need to call from people across the room. She has a valid question. She's asking about the origin of COVID-19.
I hear the question.
And Dr. Fauci is the best person to answer
I
that
hear
question.
your question, but we're not doing this the way you want it. This is a disrespectful. It is. I'm done. Simon, I'm done. Simon, I'm done. I'm done with you right now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
only-
You're taking time
only-
away from your colleagues. Go ahead.
Only 13% of adults have gotten this updated bivalent booster. 78% of adults have completed their primary series. Which of those numbers is more important in your mind in terms of anticipating how bad this winter surge could be if there is one, and the number of hospitalizations and deaths? And then a second question for you as well.
Yeah, Jeremy, they're both important, so I don't want to say one is more and then diminish the other. But the people who are most at risk are the unvaccinated. I mean, we have 68% of our population is vaccinated. You know, that means that we have 32% of the population that's not. And if you look at the data, they are just profoundly striking of the curves of death and hospitalization of unvaccinated versus vaccinated versus vaccinated. suffering if we use the interventions that we have. If you want to let nature take its course, we're ultimately going to get there, but we're going to lose a lot more people than we need to.
Can I just add one more quick thing to that? I mean, look, there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who have died this year because people were under-vaccinated, people did not get people weren't boosted. And it is not blaming the people who died, it is blaming the fact we still have a lot of people out there spreading misinformation, undermining people's confidence in vaccines. There was a paper out last week that showed that death numbers in many European countries were much lower because their booster rates are much higher. So the key point here is at this point, we can prevent nearly every
good.
Go ahead. I'm just trying to keep them
all
on
right.
time.
The answer is, if there are oversight hearings, I absolutely will cooperate fully and testify before the Congress if asked. You may not know, but I've testified before the Congress a few hundred times, okay, over the last 40 years or so. So I have no trouble testifying. We can defend and explain and stand by everything that we've said. So I have nothing to hide.
Just a quick follow-up on that, Dr. Fauci. How much do you think, Dr. Fauci, how much, just a follow-up on the oversight, Dr. Fauci.
All right, thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Time for a couple of questions.
We'll take a couple, Dr. Jacques.
Okay, you can pick up, and then we'll try and get some more around the.
The administration has requested $10 billion in this lame duck session for the urgent COVID needs that still remain. That's less than half of what you had even requested during the summer.
Yep.
Is that sufficient in your mind to meet these needs, not just to deal with COVID, but the strains on the hospital system we're seeing from flu, from RSV, and at a time when you're making these kinds of urgent requests and warnings, is it undercut at all by some of the rhetoric we've been hearing, even from the president? He talked about this Thanksgiving being different than what we've seen in the past, and just 2 months ago he talked about this COVID crisis being over as we know it.
So you're absolutely right. We've asked for $10 billion, I think 9.7 or something, but about $10 billion. It is less than what we had requested back in March, and that's because we have pulled resources from other things. I've talked to you about this from this podium. The really critical other public health needs that we have pulled resources from to buy vaccines, to buy treatments, even the resources were. We often see shortages of individual antibiotics. I'm not aware of antivirals that are in shortage. The single most important thing that people need to do to protect themselves in this moment where we have a lot of flu, still have a decent amount of RSV, still got a good amount of COVID, the single most important thing people need to do is go get vaccinated. It keeps you out of the hospital. It keeps you from getting particularly sick. We have plenty of flu vaccines. We have plenty of COVID vaccines. We have plenty of COVID antivirals. As I said, I think the country is ready. We're ready to support hospitals that are getting into trouble. We have been working with jurisdictions over the last month, meeting with them. If hospitals need help, we've offered that, and we stand ready to help hospitals get through this moment.
So previously you've talked about getting your vaccine or your booster before Halloween. We're now well past that. Is the administration behind on this? You're doing a 6-week sprint before the end of the year, but you were saying to get fully protected for the holidays, this already had to happen before. Why wasn't there this sprint, this outreach before, when it really would have had a bigger effect?
Well, no, so two things. First of all, we have been talking about this, I would say, pretty consistently for a couple of months now. And I was out here talking about people getting it before.
Just one thing at the top, and then we can get going with some questions. Since this weekend's tragic shooting in Colorado Springs, we've learned more about those killed in the senseless attack. All started their Saturday night like so many Americans, going to work, going out with friends and families, but lives were cut short by senseless and an act of violence. Kelly push for an assault weapons ban. Over and over again, we have seen these weapons used to inflict death and terror in our communities just across the country. Weapons of war do not belong on our streets, in our churches, in our movie theaters, in our malls, in our groceries, in our schools, or in our nightclubs. The courageous actions of Richard Fierro, and Thomas James and others we are still learning about stopped. McCarthy, soon to be Speaker McCarthy, actually put a plan before us. Actually come to the table and put some work into it. Go ahead.
How do you go about breaking the logjam on guns on Capitol Hill? Is it even possible?
Look, the president, as he says, as you've heard him say personally, he's an optimist. And so we're optimistic that we can get this done. The president's not going to stop until we ban assault ban. I'm sorry, I'll come to the back after the queue.
Yes, I just wanted to follow up also on the lame duck session and see if the administration is still prioritizing passing the debt limit. And secondly, on student loans, is there sort of an estimate for when the legal challenges will sort of start rising?
President sees the student debt relief. He sees it as an opportunity to give Americans a little bit of breathing room. American families to be able to start a family themselves, to be able to buy a house, to be able to really move forward with their lives in a way that they have that opportunity to do so with a little bit of that breathing room. So we're going to continue to fight. The president knows how to fight here. He knows he wants to fight for the American people, and so we're going to continue to make sure that we get this done. Say that one more time.
Do you see it in the same way, that you have this narrow window during the lame duck session to move this legislation forward?
This particular legislation, you're talking about the ban on assault weapons? Look, I just said we haven't laid out our priorities just yet. We're going to have conversations with Democratic and Republican leadership in both the House and the Senate to talk about what the priorities are going to be for the next couple of weeks. But clearly, this legislation is important to the president. He has talked about this many times. He put it out in a statement most recently after the horrific events that we saw at Club Q, and he's going to continue to speak to it. Okay, Stephen.
Thanks. Just once more on the rail labor dispute. The President a couple months ago called the tentative agreement a big win, and it wasn't just the fact that a strike at the time was averted. He was talking about the substance of the agreement. So now that the rank and file, the workers in 4 of the unions have rejected that agreement, is the President pulling back on his endorsement, or does he still think that this tentative agreement should be implemented?
Well, here's what we're saying is that it averted a horrible downturn in our economy by that tentative agreement. It was a big deal. What it could have done to
samurai sword on my back. You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding.
particularly concerned about recent reports from Iran on this specifically. The Iranian government has now killed hundreds of people, if not more, in its crackdown, according to credible reports by human rights organizations. We condemn the Iranian authorities that have arrested and fired on peaceful protesters, the targeted arrest of journalists, human rights activists, teachers, and cultural figures, and the continued disruption of the internet inside Iran. For decades, Iran's regime has denied fundamental freedoms to its people and suppressed the aspirations of successive generations through intimidation, coercion, and violence. The United States stands with the Iranian women and all the citizens of Iran who are inspiring the world.
Very limited humanitarian parole for the overall numbers of migrants coming, and basically Title 42, every other Venezuelan coming to the border. If that's lifted, you were just saying expanding asylum. Does that mean that those migrants would be allowed to ask for asylum, or would there be another policy, expedited removal or otherwise, to turn them away? Would they be allowed to ask for asylum, or would they be turned away?
So it's a great question. I'm going to let Department of Homeland Security, as I just said, they're going to have more. They'll share more on how they're preparing from what will happen once Title 42 is lifted. Not going to get ahead of them, and they'll lay out their process.
It sounds like, though, there's no commitment here to actually follow the court order on December 21st.
I'm just not. It's not up for me to decide. It's something for the Department of Justice to make that decision.